if you're here, I will tell you exactly what just happened, right? So I'm starting to dedicate more time to YouTube research and all that sort of stuff. So thanks for stopping by as I figure my shit out. And I have a couple of friends who are by no means YouTube experts either. I just value their opinions so much. And I notice like conversations I have with people, my clients, these people, I call these two the council. We have a little WhatsApp channel where I just kind of drop videos. And so I gave them 5 completely different titles that I had ideated from researching on YouTube. And I said, which one would you click on? Don't think about it. Just tell me. And they said, this one, why you should take more time off. And instead of trying to script videos, if this is your first time here, you'll probably never see a scripted video from me. It's not something I naturally fit well into. And so this will be shooting from the hip. But this topic is actually really important where I think I can unlock some stuff for you because I've noticed this pattern in my life and I need it less now. But even when I wasn't making much money, had very little direction and really no clue what I was trying to do. In fact, like, I've been outwardly successful in pretty much every job I've ever had. It's just up until this year where it actually felt like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do. I'm not just good at it. Like this is purpose driven stuff. This is something I would do for entirely free and then just feel incredibly grateful to get paid for it. But one of the main things that contributed to it was honestly like taking time off. Um, because I come from the background of burning out really, really badly. In 2022, I burned out twice. I was a partner of a digital marketing agency. It was me and 2 other guys, and we had just hit 1 million that year. And in March, I burned out so bad where I sent him an email and I was like, I need to get out of here. And so at the time, my solution to everything was just escape, right? Change your environment, leave this place, turn things off, turn them on, whatever I needed to do. And so I escaped to where I used to live, which was in Brooklyn, in New York. And on the plane ride over, as it was taking off from the runway here where I'm at now, my heart just like stopped beating. And that's how stressed I was. It was like 10 seconds went by and then I noticed it. And then it was like 20 seconds went by. I was like, this isn't good. And then another 10 seconds went by and I was like, fuck, this is how I die. And one of the biggest things that prevented me from seeing the problem was this idea of rest, of taking time off. And since that moment, and I can't actually say since that moment because I burned out really, really bad December of that same year where I thought I was going to die again. And then I finally started fixing the problem. And taking time off was a huge part of it because I've told almost everyone I've worked with, managed, whatever since, that you need to put rest on your to-do list. Because if you are a psycho like me who is ambitious, who does have this delusion of changing the world, who wants to help the most people and do the most things and all that sort of stuff, that's our default mode. If you're someone like me, your default mode is to just keep going, to do more, do more, do more. And if you look backwards on your life, like I now have the privilege of doing in this video, you see immediately that has gotten you to this point. And if you're not satisfied, I can tell you right now, doing more, since you're an ambitious person who does a lot anyway, doing more is not going to be the solution for you to solve that because it's what you already know. And perhaps your unlock is what it was for me, is I actually did put rest on my to-do list. In fact, after I record this video, I've only worked about 4 or 5 hours today. I'm done not because I don't have more energy, not because I don't want to keep going, not because there's not so much more I can do. Keep in mind, my business is nowhere where I want it to be at, but I have this delusion that I'm going to change the world. But I think one of the biggest things is actually being able to do it because I got so close to, was it real death or anything like that? No, like anxiety and stress does crazy things to people, but like my heart was like standing heart rate was 100 beats a minute plus. Wasn't sleeping, wasn't eating well, all that kind of stuff. And that was from doing more. So I share my story because the 180 was actually putting rest on my to-do list. And here's what's happened. I have made more money than I've ever made in 10 months this year than I have in like full on years, even like a year and a half almost, by working less, by really saying no to a lot of things. And so what I mean by taking time off, I don't mean taking a vacation, which is great. But if you've used a vacation to escape like I did to Brooklyn, that's not a vacation. That's like jumping out of the plane with like a ratty parachute. Like, yes, you'll probably land and you won't die, but you're not going to be any better for it. And the reason I burned out in March and then burned out again in December is because I made a few changes, but I didn't fundamentally change anything. I just kind of, it's like my community, for instance, just had a retreat, and everyone's going to come off of that retreat and they're going to have an amazing high because it was truly phenomenal. Like, what an amazing fucking life I've created here. And I'll speak more to that in other videos, but like, you know it, like you've been to a conference or you've been in a good conversation with another human being, and then you leave that and you're like, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to change the world. It's going to happen. And then like a week later, you just go right back into old habits. And that's what a vacation is. So I don't mean like taking time off. Is like, if you take the vacation as a form of escape, you will not fix the problem. Like I don't, that's not even an opinion. Because if you look back on your life right now, anytime you've ever done that, you know it's true. And that sucks. And so what I mean by taking time off is like the fundamental shift of doing less. I would not advise someone who is lazy to do less. I 100% advise someone who is like you and me. Your ambition is pouring out through the camera, just as like mine is. We need to do less. Like, we are so good at doing. We're so good at A to B. We're so good at A to Z. What we are not good at is taking rest. And if you picture like, you have this whole one cup, right? The cup is full. That's you at rest. That's you when you are 100% good to go, no worries. And then you pour this cup into 20 other cups on the table. You know, one is family, one is showing up as a good spouse, one is remembering the little niggly things, then there's client work, then there's finances, then there is trying to learn a new skill, hobby, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, you have little tiny, not even full on sips in each one of these cups. And that is like how you're probably living your life right now. It's exactly how I was living my life when outwardly successful. The agency had just hit 1 million, and that's when I burned out. We only had a team of 4 full-time people, me included, right? And so we got there white knuckling the whole freaking thing by saying yes to everything. Poor fit clients, if they were willing to pay us money, it's like, fuck, we want to hit 1 million. Taking a meeting. Oh, you have this benign question that if I had any clarity at all, if I would have rested and been able to be like, do I need this? But because I'm already split among 20 other cups, I don't have that mental capacity. So yeah, I'll take the meeting. And now I've added an hour because a 5-minute thing turns into an hour thing and all that. And it's like, time off means a fundamental change in how you rest right now. Because rest to an ambitious person who does have at least more than one cup, probably 10, 15, 20 that you're filling your things into because you can't afford to look stupid, or you can't afford for someone to find out that you don't know everything, or you can't afford for someone to realize that you are desperately in need of help and you don't get help because then that's a sign of weakness, like all these things, right? All this bullshit that I thought when I was burning out is like, you're not going to solve that with 2 vacations a year, you know, one at a resort where your family is standing on top of you anyway, and another one where you're eating like shitty food and drinking alcohol. Like, those are escapes, man, but they're not the solve. And so what I mean by taking more time off is exactly like today for me, right? In the past, I would have 1000% beat myself up if I finished the day at like 2 p.m. I think it's like 1:30 right now. I don't honestly know what time it is. I almost never have my phone on me, which is also a delight in 2025. But like when this video is done, when I've said what I need to say, again, there's no script, there's no plan. Maybe my hook wasn't that great. Who gives a shit? This information is good. Is that when it's done, I will send it to my editor using our very, very simple content system, and I'm done. He will know exactly what to do with it. He'll send it back to me in a few days, and I'll post it on YouTube after that. And then I'll just keep doing it again. But like today, the first day back from the retreat that I put on with all of my clients, the only mission now until the end of the year, as it's October 27 right now as I record this, is to make a world-class product for my clients and future clients and to get more people to see that product. Traffic, right? That's it. And I have made massive steps on both of those things today. I'm moving the needle towards traffic. I'm moving the needle towards an amazing product, which, oh my God, like if we ever have the privilege of working together, this product will fucking help you. But that's not what this video is for. It's amazing to know it's going to change people's lives before you even finish it. Right. And the retreat was really cool because so many people were like, you actually changed my life. And that was something I struggled with as well, where it's like, I know it's helping them, but then I heard the stories that can only happen when you're one-on-one in person with each other. And I was like, fuck me, I have absolutely changed your life. And that is such a privilege. And so the purpose of this video and how I would like to end it is by saying, if you actually listen to what I'm saying, rest should be on your to-do list, and that is probably one of the best money-making tactics you can ever use. If you are an ambitious person, if you want to change the world, what good does it do for you to burn out and not be able to share your gift? What good is it for you to answer emails until 8 p.m. and set the standard for all your clients that you will answer them any time of day? What good is it for you to always have to finish the to-do list when the to-do list has 40 things on it? My to-do list had 2 things, and that's could be argued one too many. But I'm in such a great spot right now that I feel like I can solve 2 problems so long as I focus on the product and the traffic. Though, like once those are solved, then it's 1 problem a day, the end, full stop, right? Because I'm not perfect either. But I can tell you when I burned out, when I wasn't putting rest on my to-do list, when I was using vacations to escape, and Lord knows there weren't enough vacations, but when I was doing it, my to-do list had 20 things on it, 30 things on it. And I've had plenty of mentors open my eyes and just life experience of doing everything wrong for years and years. Basically say like, if you have more than 1 priority, it's not a priority. So if I were to boil my 2 tasks, the priority is the exact same. Get more people who I can help. Or just help more people. And to help more people, I want to make a world-class product, which I am absolutely doing, a life-changing product, and getting more people to see it. And life gets incredibly simple when taking time off serves your purpose instead of tries to help you escape from this weird reality prison we've created. And I have lived that. And if you want a playbook for it, all I will say, I'm literally telling you as simple as freaking possible. If you're an ambitious person and you are taking vacations to escape, and you have to be objective with yourself, I can't force you to be objective, but if you are capable of objectivity and you say, yep, you know what? Even when I'm on those vacations, I'm thinking about the business. Even when I'm on those vacations, I might bring my laptop. It's not a vacation. It's not taking time off. Taking time off is understanding that when the job is done, it's done. And so the majority of the time, you probably are doing too much. If you have more than 1 priority, you have no priorities. So maybe the most important priority you could have And it is what finally got me from being stressed all the time, thinking I was going to die, making less money than I was supposed to. Maybe that one priority is actually putting rest on your to-do list. And if you want more of what that looks like, I call it flow. It's what I help my clients with all the time. We install flow codes. We manage calendars like our number one productivity tool because that's what it is. I just talked to an entrepreneur the other day who's like, I hate putting things on my calendar because then it puts me into a box. It's like, I can help you because I won't go on a tangent, but what are you running from? What are you doing where your time is not your own? All that sort of stuff, because I've lived it, right? And all I can tell you is that if you just put rest on your to-do list, you'll make more money. You'll have more fun. You'll have more energy. You'll help more people. You'll live a more fulfilling life. Because saying yes to everything and needing an escape, that's not a life. So I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And if you at all think I can help, check out the link in my profile. There might be something there for you. See you in the next one.